Hey guys, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snack Bar here with another game of Tank Busting Tuesday and Wargame European Escalation. Now this has got to be one of my favorite missions because right from the outset, you can see we haven't even hit a minute yet. I'm looking at guys attacking me here, so I'm frantically purchasing some armored units to go ahead and put them in these trees. I'm going to make sure that we go ahead and stop them here in their tracks with some of my German armor. Now you see I've also got some Cobra, so I've got some helicopters here to be able to assist me. They're going to be helpful because one, they can destroy armored units, especially the lightly armored ones. But at the same time, they can also stun units, which means that they don't do anything. That's kind of what that rocket barrage is helpful for. Now this is going to make sure that I have enough time to get my German armor here in position in a line across all of these trees. Kind of help me out here. Now, not only do I have choppers, but I also have artillery units that I'm going to go ahead and use here in this mission, which I think will be kind of nice. Oh, you got to take that guy out. Oh, man, he's shooting at the choppers. Don't worry about them. There we go. He's retreating finally. I didn't lose any choppers, which is all right with me. All right. So, yes, I know artillery is capable of indirect fire, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we basically stopped them. Now, there's a couple T-55s that are coming. And the T-55s are among some of the easier units to destroy here. So, even though that artillery is not the most effective against armor, and there they are, kind of shooting off their shells, they are helpful for stunning the enemy. Look at that. I just think it looks super cool whenever an artillery shell lands, because I just think it'd be crazy to be stuck in the middle of that. But we've gone ahead. We've repelled the first wave. We'll be able to get those T-55s, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send these choppers down here for repair and to rearm. Because these guys, they've got some range on there, which is nice. All right, so as part of the mission here, I have to take some of these towns from the enemy. And I'm going to head over to the west, or the northwest, to take this town up here. Mittelhausen, is that how you say it? I don't know. I don't speak German. But anyway, for this mission, what I'm supposed to do, at the top part of the map, there's an airfield, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. Now, if I go on a direct assault, I just have a feeling that there's a lot of enemy units just sitting there waiting for me. And they're set up in a defensive position, which is a lot tougher for me to take them out when, you know, they're just sitting there waiting for me and probably are waiting in a good defensive position. But so I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can flank around the left like a clockwise pattern. Now, I feel kind of bad because I'm just shooting artillery right in the middle of this town. Totally not cool. But at the same time, I want to get the command points. So I'm going to go ahead and I've purchased some additional units here with my command points here. These tank destroyers. Now, the tank destroyers are helpful because they launch rockets at tanks. And these rockets are pretty powerful. One hit usually destroys a tank unless it's some of the more advanced Soviet units. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fall back because we are getting a little bit too close. The thing that's nice about the tank destroyers is they have range, but it's not extremely better than a regular tank. So if you can be the person who goes on the attack first and you get that opening salvo off, that's perfect for you. But if the enemy starts reacting to you and coming at you, you better run. They're units that can't stand and fight, basically. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to send some of my tanks a little bit forward. We're going to go ahead and test the waters here and the Soviet defenses and kind of see how they're all set up. So during the barrage, I'm going to set up another group too. And I got to go ahead and take those infantry units out because those guys are tank destroying infantry. They're set up to make sure that, you know, they can hit me from range, and they're pretty good at it. See, some T-55s are reinforcing the Soviets here too. This is not going good. I'm going to go ahead and fall back. I lose one tank. I wonder if those guys are getting reinforced by that forward operating base up there too. Come on, get back, get out of range. This is where I really need my artillery, because of course artillery is most effective against infantry. Oh man, I lost another one. I lost 2 tanks just on the retreat alone. Maybe I should have just moved forward and just fought it out. Man, I would not want to be these 5 guys right now. Look at that. I don't know what it is, but it's just like the explosion's just awesome. All right, so eventually we're going to go ahead and take these guys out, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send my tanks forward. Now, these guys are just going to go on the main assault. I'm not going to bring in my tank destroyers quite yet because I don't know what else may be in the town. My recon helicopter was able to pick up a fair amount of units, most of which we've been able to take care of, or at least get them to retreat, make them rout. So I'll bring him in here in a second. Now, I want to capture that forward operating base up there because that is what is going to resupply me, repair my units, and when I bring in infantry, they'll kind of like heal my guys or just bring them back to the dead, basically. But I see there's an infantry unit up here trying to take position inside that house. Ooh. Well, we got to take him out. So, oh, man. I got hit by him. That's all right. I got more units coming in. There we go. We take him out. All right, so I complete that objective, but you can see there's some units up there. I got to move this recon chopper forward so I can see what's really coming at me because this is going to be huge. A lot of times the computer will go on a counteroffensive and try and attack me right after I've taken one of their positions, just figuring I can't really defend too well if I'm still recouping and reorganizing from an attack. Smart thing to do, by the way. All right. So another thing that's helpful too with the recon unit is I can see a greater distance ahead of me, which means I may be able to get the first shot off against the enemy, or I can at least, you know, make sure that I can plan accordingly when I see stuff coming at me. All right, so I know these guys are just chilling here in mass, probably not the smartest call. Let's go ahead and get that artillery launching at them too. Maybe we could stun them just long enough for us to go ahead and take the forward operating base. So I don't see anybody, so let's go ahead and head over. No, don't shoot it. Move over to it. There you go. Let's capture it, not destroy it. All right, so I'm moving forward here. I'm bringing up my tank destroyer units because look how many more units I am able to see now. So I'll need my tank destroyers here to kind of open up on the enemy, maybe get some combat experience for them. But the thing is, too, is if you're going to defend any position, try to defend a forward operating base or be in that yellow circle. Because when you're in the yellow circle, if you shoot a weapon, you're going to get that all back instantaneously. If you get hit, you get repaired instantaneously. Now the thing is, though, is the forward operating base is a limited resource. So you can see that yellow bar is continually going down. It's probably because the missiles that I'm shooting here with my anti-tank units are very expensive. Artillery is also very expensive to resupply. So, I don't know. I'm going to try and go ahead and see if I can get through this here and defend this position. Now, I've got a command car up there. So we've taken the position. It's going to help me out, get some more points, which means I can purchase some units a lot faster. We've had a lot of action here early on in the game. I've been surprised, but I'm liking this. Kind of curious if anybody else has this, or am I the only person on the channel who has this game? If you don't have it, go ahead and get it. One of the things I think would be really cool is to like play somebody, because there's a lot of different things you can do in this game. Yes, I play campaign, but there's also multiplayer. We can do like co-op against a computer or something like that, and well, I know you can play the computer. I know you can play against others. I guess I haven't really looked to see if there's co-op against the computer, but as you purchase units throughout the game, you can make decks for them, which you can then organize. Like when you're going up against people, depending on what side you're going to be, if you have a particular role, or if there's just a country that you like to play as, I don't know, then you can go ahead and use those guys. So I think it'd be kind of cool to try out some of my decks, have like an American deck, a British deck, stuff like that. I don't have any Soviet units yet, because that's actually the next campaign where I start getting those. I actually plays the Soviets for the next campaign. Artillery opening up here on these recon units. Since they are lightly armored, I'm going to be okay at taking them out. You can see one salvo already has greatly damaged two of them over there. Come on, keep coming at me. I can do this all day, you guys. Whew. So anyway, yeah, let me know if you guys have this game. If anybody has this game, or if you plan on getting it, because it's on Steam. So if you guys have Steam, go ahead and get that. Or if you don't have Steam, go ahead and get Steam because you'll find good deals on games. It's mostly why I got it in the first place. But, all right, so we go ahead and we clear them out. Now, there's another forward operating base up here. Remember, I said that was important to get for supplies. I only have one forward operating base, or two actually, that I can go with right now, and that's at the beginning. So if I'm able to capture this forward operating base, I can resupply the guys that I have, continue to go on the assault, and all of these forward operating bases that you've seen so far are along one main road. So if I can capture this one main road, then I can go ahead and I can create a supply line. So that way I can have supply units with my guys, which supply units are helpful. I don't think I use them as often as I should. That's probably something I'm going to use a lot more. But anyway, what they do is they'll carry the supplies for you in trucks. So that way you don't have to be around a forward operating base. You can just bring those guys with you. Now, you do have to be careful because they are very weak. And if you kind of leave them wide open without any type of protection, then the enemy can actually go ahead and capture that and use your resources against you. So it's a little risky to use, but at the same time, very beneficial if you use them right. So we're going to move from one clump of trees here to the other. I got to take out this T-62. It's on the run. Just about destroyed. We got a couple T-55s over there too. Thankfully, I got him. T-55s shouldn't be a problem because T-55s are the easiest of the enemy tanks. They have the worst accuracy. They are the slowest. They have the smallest range. So you can see we're taking them out no problem. All right. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to send my recon bird up forward here just a little bit more to see if there's anybody else up here on this town, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name because I feel bad. I don't want anybody from Germany telling me I'm saying it wrong. We're going to go ahead and move forward to see if I can take this place if anybody else is guarding it and kind of start a supply line if I need to. Plus, it's going to be my entryway actually into the town. But there's also some other objectives that I want to go ahead and get. One of those is to take a town going just right up the middle. All right, so I'm going to kind of employ some of the same strategies that I used at the beginning since I can see we've got units coming at me. We've got some BMPs, which are some tank-destroying units. But I need to go ahead and I need to get in these trees here as quickly as possible because that gives me added level of protection since the computer has a hard time being able to hit me when I'm in those trees. Now, those BMPs are tough. I'm even hitting them from the side, too. I was expecting to take them out here pretty quick. Now, I can go ahead. I can take my artillery. I'll see if I can weaken these guys up here since they're just hanging out. We are taking them out. Now, we do have them outnumbered, and I think we've got them pretty much outgunned here as well. We've got some chieftains, which are British units, leopards, which are German units. So I've got a pretty good NATO thing going right here. Don't have any French units or American units engaged here quite yet. Hopefully that'll be soon. There goes the artillery. Man, I can't believe they're still coming after me right now. T-55s too. Oh, I got some T-62s in the rear. Trying to go in for some distance shots. Man, this is going to get crazy. That one artillery shell lands right in the middle of those infantry units up there too, severely weakening them. Man, this is insane. I would not want to be a Soviet soldier right now. Wow. Anyway, so after we take this should severely weaken the town. Well, artillery taking out some more of the infantry here too. I might have to bring those choppers back into the fight. Haven't seen them here in a while. Now, who do I go at? I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, never mind. I was thinking I need to take out the infantry, but once they hit a certain point, everybody opens fire on them. Ooh, look at that. We took them out. I think I only lost a couple or at least a few tanks there in the process. Wow. That's why you don't directly assault a position, all right? This is like prime example right here of what you don't want to do. Now, I've got some infantry there in the rear. I'm going to go ahead and bring some more in also because they're pretty helpful for defending. So I might put them in the clump of trees here while I move my guys forward in case I need to fall back Or I might just keep them in reserve here when I have to go ahead and take the town, which probably won't be too much longer. So I'll go ahead and reinforce them. I've only got 103 now points I can go ahead and spend. Infantry is actually relatively inexpensive too. There's nobody else over here. I'm gonna go ahead. What am I gonna get now? All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna buy a couple recon units here because I want to be careful. I'll go ahead and buy one because I want to be careful about using choppers because I don't want to lose the choppers. So if I can bring a ground crew in, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so I got ahead. I've taken that, and I've also completed all of the secondary objectives. So I went ahead and I bought a couple more Cobras. I've got a recon unit actually in the airfield right now and kind of spaced around. So I can see there's some guys, but what's the point? Because the only thing I have left to do is to complete the main objective. So here are my choppers. They're going to go ahead and they're going to attack whatever is in the airfield. Now these things are durable. They can move pretty quick, as you can see, and hit from a distance. Helicopters are nice to have. They're kind of like my quick reaction force. So for this instance, though, since I really don't know what's coming at me, these guys are equipped to basically handle anything. So we've reached the gate.
Sky is ours. I'm making an attack.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to attack. But I'm going to space this out here a little bit just so that way I'm not going in all at once. Because if I hit something like some anti-air units, I would just want to make sure that I'm not all clumped together, basically. So we'll go ahead and go on the attack. We're going to go ahead and take this command vehicle. See, look at the distance we have there. That rocket barrage just takes them out quick. Now I got to scan it and just kind of go through it. See if I can draw anybody else out, because there's a lot of places for them to hide. I mean, a lot. So we'll go ahead. We'll just move over there, kind of make sure that the pathway at least is clear for my command vehicle, which I'm going to go ahead and I'm bringing him in now. So, see, doesn't this game look good graphics-wise? Like, I don't know. This game's so much fun. Yeah, tell me if you guys get this, because if somebody has it, I think it'd be kind of cool to do a mission with or something. But anyway, so once I go ahead and I get him inside the base, that's actually going to go ahead and end this mission. So NATO, once again, comes away with the victory here. I probably should have done a move fast. Actually, I thought I did. Nope, apparently I didn't. So, all right, let's go in here. Let's take it. Choppers didn't find anything. It's not like I have to go too far in, but at the same time, I just want to be safe. Just make sure I get this secured. But anyway, thanks for watching Tank Busting Tuesday, you guys. I really do appreciate it. More, of course, to come next week from Wargame European Escalation. Like I said, I might be changing it up here to something a little bit different in the near future. So just kind of add some variety to some things. But subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Feel free to follow me on Facebook or Twitter, too. I really do appreciate every view, so thank you for watching this. I really do mean that. You guys are awesome. You really are. Don't ever forget that. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one. Objective complete. Victory. See you guys.